to another episode of SirisTV. Today we will be looking at my vegetable garden. The way I started into vegetable gardening is more in out of interest, and during this COVID time, vegetable garden helped me get back to my activities in a normal way without going out and doing all the other activities. So I was not only able to harvest a lot of good vegetables, at the same time I was also able to please myself with a lot of activity and seeing the new growth coming up. So in March of last year, our neighborhood decided we all pulled in and bought plants from a nursery, a lot of vegetable plants like the lofa, like the bottle gourd, the snake gourd plants, and okra, tomatoes, chilies. So we planted all of those plants. We all got them together, and each one actually we all decided to get like 1 or 2 plants depending on their needs. And I planted them in March, and it was amazing to see them grow. And as part of this grow your own food movement that is being going around the world, I was really excited to be part of that, where I was able to grow my own food. From March I started, and I think from April, May, I started getting the harvest. So I already, like I showed in my previous videos, I already had a few existing raised beds, so I did not change anything. I did not get new soil because it was right around the time where COVID was really in peak in March. So I just managed to put them in pots, and I had some organic soil that I got from Home Depot delivered, and I also added the cow manure, the black cow manure that Home Depot sold. So those are the only 2 ingredients I have used in my pots or even in the ground, because I did not get a chance to bring new soil and put it. And also, if you notice, during this period, I have noticed a lot of farms, and you've also seen a lot of videos of ours where we've added a lot of videos on vegetable farming and fruit farming in the house. So I think what we are getting to is we are trying to sustain ourselves by growing our own food, and I have primarily concentrated only on Indian vegetables. And I hope you'll enjoy my yard. I have potlakai, I have a birekai, I have a bottle gourd, a snake gourd, I had okra and tomatoes, chilies, and clustered beans, and chikurkai, an Indian bean which is more like a very Indian variety. And then I had karela, and I added a few more fruit plants to my yard also during this season. I added like sitafal, sapota, as well as like you've seen in my previous one, I had amla, that is usuri, gooseberry, and I already had a neem. I had lemon plants. So I also have a fig plant in my yard, and I will go over all of these plants. I hope you all enjoy it. And I think this year's experiment I did was more on chana, the Kabuli chana. So I soaked them and I put them in the pot, and I had amazing yield of chana, just like the Indian ones where you can actually pluck these green round ones. And taro root is the other root that I tried this year, and the leaves were amazing for patra. And the other thing is ginger and turmeric, which you've already seen in my fragrant flower episodes. So what I wanted you all to see and get inspired with is, it's a very easy one. Mine is a absolute basic vegetable garden. But when I put the pictures of the yield, when you see it, you'd be amazed to see how from a basic garden with 1 plant each, I managed to get a bunch of vegetables that I used during the season, and I also have frozen some of the vegetables that I have gotten. This patch is all my plumeria plants. There are 4 different colors I have.
and I have some potato plants over here, which I keep growing them as and when, and then bachalaku. And this is my big fig plant. I enjoy my fig plant because I get figs, very good sweet figs. I've made some cakes out of it, a lot of desserts out of it. And if you see, there are a couple of ripe ones over here. If you can see it closely, yeah. So I think that is the last of the harvest, that I have to harvest a few of them. This has been here for almost 10 years now. I get a lot of fruit, and a lot of parrots come for this fruit over here. I did an episode on fig fruit, how I'm using it for my fig coffee cake. I will post that also as part of my video. I use this as a medicinal plant for my any problems. Many folks have used it for jaundice and all of that, and I eat it regularly. This is Nela usri, so it cleanses the liver and everything. I have a small vegetable garden. I have around 10 plants of okra over here, which is a very good variety, and I get enough in a week. I pick up, so if you see, in a week if I pick, I get a good amount for our family of 3. So I have here some pepper plant also, which gives me enough peppers, and a bunch of eggplant. Eggplant is my son's favorite, so I've just put like 2 long eggplant plants, and a couple of them, and the round ones, so they are enough. When they come, I have like 3 to 4, and I get a nice bagara bangan out of it, and I'm happy with it. I have a bunch of basil plants, and I've been using it for my basil tea, and I'm trying to see if I can make basil oil, which is supposed to be very healthy. So I have harvested it and dried it and kept it. So if you look at it, I have a bunch of peppers coming up. This is a jalapeno pepper that I have. I have gongura plants. I just have a couple of them, just enough, because I make a gongura chutney out of it, or a gongura dal out of it. This is my old tomatoes. I haven't removed them yet because I was going to remove them. There are small buds around, so I just left it as is. But this is my tomato patch and pepper patch. It's a little late for my video to be done, but I thought since I'm covering gardens of India, I will show you guys my garden also. It's a beautiful hobby to have. I spend around an hour, not more than that, in it, and you see there's some eggplant flowers coming up. It's a great hobby to have. I have here dondakaya plant that again my friend gave it to me, shared it with me, and I have here karela, kakarkai. I have here bottle gourd. Basically, I have snake gourd, which is called potlakai. And these are interesting. They come in batches of 3s or 4s on the same string. And I took out some of them, so these grow. And some I pluck early and make stuffed potlakai. It's a new recipe I learned. That's what I would say. There are a bunch of dondakais from a new leather plant I have. And this is the clustered beans that have been coming. I have not had a lot of success with the if you see, I've not had a lot of success with birakais because something is happening and I haven't spent enough time. So I have had a bunch of bitter gourds, and if you see the snake gourds, quite a few are coming up, and you see, as I mentioned, there are clusters of them that are there. So it's an interesting plant that I learned about. And again, I have a bunch of basil over here. Again, I've used up the space for basil, and the dondakai plant is there, and this is where I put them in pots this year because I couldn't do the soil ahead of time. I have a tamarind plant that gives me my chinta chiguru and my warm plant. This is my chikudukai plant, which is just now blooming. All I have usually is chikudukai. I never do creepers, but this time I tried surakais, birakais. They've all come. This is my chikudukai patch. What I did was I took a small wire type of thing so that it works as a trellis, and it has worked so far so good for this small patch that I have here. I was able to harvest a bunch of vegetables for my own family, and I have not been buying Indian vegetables for the past 3 months. I see a bunch of blooms up for birakais, and I also have lofa over here, which is a kind of birakai, but it's an interesting kind. It is huge when compared to birakai. very basic raised bed. This is what I got from Costco, ready made, that I've used, and I put some soil ahead of time, and it has both the cow manure, the black cow soil, and the regular organic soil in it. So I just have 4 patches, and I have this wire meshing over here to keep the bunnies away from my vegetable garden. And I say, like I said, it's just a 4 of them, and that's what I've had for my vine vegetables, the ones that are creeper vegetables too. And the trellis is also very basic. I don't have it. This is my tulsi and curry plant patch. It's interesting how it comes. And I have here potatoes that I will harvest soon.
Hope you like our videos, comment on them, and get inspired and get prepared for the upcoming spring season with all the plants you want. I would start in February. I have gotten a lot of questions of where to buy the fruits and vegetable plants and the floral plants. I personally have purchased it from Veggies, Top Tropical, and Emerald Goddess, and even Etsy. I got a bunch of seeds from Etsy where I managed to put them and get plants from. So these are few areas that I purchased plants from, and Home Depot and Lowe's helped me with all the herbs and all the other plants that I wanted to grow. And soil and everything was from Home Depot. You can also buy these pre-prepared raised beds from Costco. That's where I got mine several years ago. So it is a small patch that I put it in a side where it's only for veggies. So this year I'm planning on, for the coming year, I'm planning on getting my trellis and put these arch trellis, because even I have learned from a bunch of these videos how to do for the what do you say, for the vine plants, so it's easy to grow them and get harvested. So I hope you all like our videos, comment on them, and thank you so much for watching us. We have one other episode, and that is completely on how to take care of your plants in the winter and how to prepare well for the next spring. So I will cover 3 yards that I've already covered. I'll have a video of it where how you can protect your plants for the winter. So like us, comment us, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for watching us, and I hope you're getting inspired with all of our videos.